Hey there guys, in this video we're going to be going to the Evil Queen and we're going to be getting an all mission clear relatively quickly with Chow. So let's go in here and do all missions. We're going to grab our friend, and at the current time my sound is currently glitched. I'll be quiet so you can listen. You can hear how it's skipping a little bit. So I'm just going to mute the sound of the game because the way to fix it when it does this is to restart the app. That would break the vision cards. That would make me lose the friend. So we're just going to do a no sound clear. But here we go. So we're going to be using Chow to deal our damage, Tyvis as well as our leader, Vanille to break for us, Sylvie for killers and buffing, and then Abigail for tanking. Let's get in here and get a quick Queen Byakhee clear. So to start off, in Phase 1, the boss puts up magic immunity. In order to get around that, we're going to just kill Phase 1 on the first turn. So, Vanille is going to do Imperilga to light in peril. We're going to put up her water field and her 89 breaks. Sylvie is going to Paladin's offense. We're going to Demon Killer on Chow, and we're going to Insect Killer on Chow. Abigail, for the threshold, will just do Shelga, and then we're going to anti-magic and physical. Tyvis will do his meteor skill, and the Chows will do their LBs. Now, Tyvis is also using a rod, by the way. So we're going to send Chow first. Wait just a second. Then we're going to send our Tyvis, and there is Phase 1 good to go. Don't have to worry about the magic immunity. Okay, let's go ahead and start Phase 2. And again, Phase 2 has a lot of irritations, so we're going to try to get through it as quick as we possibly can. There's the threshold. We gutsed once on Sylvie. That's not a problem. Okay, now Sylvie's going to shift the LB for the stat buff. Now we're getting dispelled yet again this turn. Keep that in mind. Tyvis on this turn will just put up his field, the LB damage field. We would rather use Chow's field if possible, but we're not going to waste a turn to summon an Esper with Chow. We're just going to keep going and going and going. So Abigail on this turn will do Bar Faraja and will refresh the anti-physical and magical. Now Vanille is just going to quad cast Black. We're going to use Waterer from Leviathan. Chow will quad. We're going to do it in this order. We're going to Netherworld, Malediction, and double Netherworld. Now the reason we're doing this is we want to skip Phase 2 as much as possible. So we're going to do a 2-turn Phase 2. So let's go ahead and do some damage this turn. We're getting our 150 amp with Chow out of the way. Now Chow's 150 amp cannot be dispelled because we are getting dispelled. We're going to be getting dispelled basically every single turn this fight. Because we're going so quickly, we're just getting all kind of dispels. So we just got to deal with it, whatever. So we're dispelled yet again. So what we're going to do here is Sylvie is going to do Demon Killer on Chow, Insect Killer on Chow, and then we'll just do either Caring or Clever. It doesn't really matter. We'll do Caring for the healing. Okay, and now Vanille is going to do, let's see, we're going to do Imperilga to refresh it. We're going to do the Bolting and then Short Circuit. And then Chow will SLB, Chow will SLB, and we will have Tyvis do his meteor skill. And before this, Abigail will cover for the stat buff, basically. Then we're going to Omni cover, and then we're going to Bar for Rage to refill LB gauge. And now we're going to skip Phase 2 as well. Not skip it, we're just going to burst our way through it. So we're going to send Abigail first, wait just a second, click the back row, wait just a second, and click Tyvis. So here we go. We do this, wait just a second, and we cap with Tyvis, and that should be the end of Phase 2. Handled. Let's go into Phase 3. So this turn, we're Omni covering the threshold. If you don't Omni cover the threshold, it's very painful. Yet another dispel. So many dispels in this fight. And the fun fact is we're getting dispelled yet again this upcoming turn. So very, very exciting. So this turn, because we got dispelled, is very, very painful. So what we're going to do with Sylvie, we're going to defense and then double Clever. That's going to refill LB gauge, but more importantly, it's going to 5-stack Mirage the party. Now we're going to go ahead and just burst yet again. So Chow, first of all, is going to, not Chow, Abigail, we're going to cover, we're going to Shelga, and we're going to Bar Faraja for all the mitigations on this turn. Vanille will just Extreme Nova, Chow will LB, and Tyvis will cap with his thingy. Now keep in mind, this is going to be a very bad damage turn. We don't have amplifies, we don't have LB damage buff, we've got a low stat buff, no killers. This is basically just dealing with the dispel, because the boss dispels so often, we just, trying to squeeze a little bit of bonus damage if we can. So there we go. So here comes another dispel. This is the reason this boss is just obnoxious, is the non-stop dispels every single turn. But thankfully, now we get a break. There's not going to be another dispel for like 3 or 4 turns. The fight will be over before that happens. So let's go ahead and start getting set up for a real burst. So Vanille will do her SLB to reapply the field, reapply the 89 breaks. Sylvie is going to Demon on my Chow, Insect on my Chow, and then I've Got Your Back on my Chow. We're going to use Abigail to do cover. We're going to do contingency for the Mirage. And then we're going to do SP drone type, because the boss does have human killer, and we cannot have that human killer up there. Chow, on this turn, we're going to start getting ready for bursting next turn. Now, we do still need mitigations. Keep that in mind. So what we're going to do, Chow is going to do Ocean Magic with mine for the Water Amp, Fluffy so that we can focus. We're going to do a little bit of damage with Netherworld, and then we're going to do Shelga with my Chow. Friend Chow is going to do Star, that is for Tyvis. We're going to Fluffy. Then we're going to do Netherworld, and then we're going to do Protect on the friends. We get all those good mitigations. And then Tyvis on this turn will do 150 amp. We're strong as hell. And then we're going to bolt in and then just tag team, kind of whatever. This is not really going to perfectly chain well. It doesn't really matter that much, completely honest here. The real damage comes in next turn. Okay, here we go. So, yet again, some attacks. This is going to be a pretty painful turn. We are going to take some hits. We're not fully mitigating with, like, SLBs and all that. But, it's fine. No problem. We get a little bit of counterattacks for the healing. And here we go. So now we're going to either kill the boss or just get him very low. It doesn't really matter which one. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to shifted LB Sylvie for the buffing. Vanille will just support chain with Extreme Nova. We'll SLB these two, and Tyvis will cap with his Meteor. And depending on variance, this might be at the end of the fight. Bad variance, it won't be. We'll see what happens. If we don't kill the fight, we'll just use Abigail to fill LB gauge. It's not a problem. So let's go ahead and see what happens here. So this, and we wait, and we cap, and we see what happens here. There it is, a 6-turn Queen clear. If we didn't kill the boss that turn, we would use Abigail to triple bar for Raja, and then the next turn, we would triple bar for Raja yet again and do LBs. The boss would have been dead. There you go. That turn that we just killed the boss is just Gravity and Berserk. It would have been no problem whatsoever. So there was our mission. There was our clear. So light damage, deal light damage, no more than 5 items, and then no KOs. And again, apologies for no music. The sound is a glitch. It took me forever to find the friend. I'm not going to reset the app and lose the friend. So I'll show you the gear of the team we used. Sylvie was built for really high physical bulk. It turns out I didn't realize Chow would be this good and finish the fight this quickly. Sylvie literally never tanked a single hit, except for gravity or fixed attack. So she really could have been almost naked and it wouldn't even have mattered. But she was our passive provoker with death immunity, and she is naturally stop immune. Abigail is using some resistance. Honestly, because we're going through the fight so quickly, nearly every single turn, the boss is busy doing a threshold attack. So you don't even really need that much bulk when you speed through it this much. But she is counter build with some auto counter up, a little bit of auto healing, etc., and some bulk. And she fills LB gauge, and more importantly, fills MP gauge for our Tyvis. Now, our Tyvis is not using his STMR. Again, because we're going so quickly, we never have time to do things like his Great Sword in Peril. We just burst every turn. So we're going with a rod because Chow and Peril's rods for us. So here we go. So, LB, not LB. Damage versus Human, Demon, Insect. There it is. There's his setup. Okay. And then Vanille, a water and a light weapon, Extreme Nova, the breaker, the field, the breaks, imperils, etc. Useful unit, there it is. And then here is Chow, 19.4 with Tyvis's leader skill. There it is. Because we're going so quickly, we don't actually need death immunity. We're just going that quickly. And Barry put on death immunity because I told him to. I didn't realize it would be this quick and we would literally just kill the boss before she even gets a chance to use death. So there it is. There's Barry. Thank you for building me a friend, even though it took me forever to find you. And there it is. There is our 6-turn Queen Byakuya clear all missions. Now, once Metzi comes out relatively soon, you could actually replace Vanille and make an all Brave Exvius team doing the same thing. Of course, you know, the Brave Exvius team is not super hard regardless, but just for the amusement's sake. And to be fair, for the damage breakdown, oh my lord, I didn't even realize Tyvis would be doing that much more damage than Chow. Look at that. Tyvis out-damaged Chow, even though I focus fired all the buffs, all the best gear onto Chow. But there it is. There's the damage breakdown, and yeah, wow. That was fun. That was fun, getting a nice quick clear in. Okay, let me turn my sound back on and reset the app so that this glitch goes away. Yeah, you hear the way the sound is glitching? I hate that. I hate that bug. To fix it, you just reset the app. But then we're going to lose the friend. But anyway, we're done. Okay, hope it was fun. See you in a bit.